Hey, you guys on Facebook, my friends up there. These are my new friends, Regan and Kat. Regan and Kat, okay? They're come from Australia and New Zealand. Actually like that.
Yeah.
And they came down here to interview me about sex. Yeah, chocolate. Gotta have chocolate before, during, and after sex. And what is it? Money, Millionaire.
Rock and roll.
He's got rock and roll, Prince.
There's a whole bunch of stuff going on. And we have something that we're going to do. I won't say $2,000, $4,000.
$2,000.
Okay.
Can we go? Are we?
Yeah, we're going.
All right,
rolling.
We don't want to forget important things.
Well, we just want to fit in.
Okay.
We want to fit in, so we brought our hats, obviously.
Oh, dude, that's
Obviously.
awesome.
We're all over it. But
Awesome.
wait. We don't want to put our...
No.
You ready for this?
Yeah.
I hope you're going to like it.
Okay.
We got you a special hat.
Man, dude.
We thought you needed to up-level a little bit.
We got you the gangster young hustler hat.
Look at this, huh?
Because we wanted to gangster it up in here a little bit. All right. Do you like it?
It suits you.
It's very bling
I
on
love
you.
this. I love this. Okay.
okay.
Elena is gonna love this even
I'm
more.
not sure if I'm gonna wear it, but I like it.
Elena's gonna love this even more, man. I know she's gonna be wearing this.
That's
Awesome.
cool.
We blinged it up for you.
Well, thank you guys for coming.
Thank you so much for having us. We are prepared, we are ready, and this is a huge big deal to us, and it's a huge big deal to our audience, obviously, as well. And so we want to bring some 10x energy. We were just saying to you before we went live, our audience is ready for an ass kicking, and they are ready to be 10x. And so we want to get stuck straight in and talk about what it really takes to go all the way to the top, because I think that's what a lot of people want to hear.
I wish I knew what it takes to go all the way to the top.
Well, let's talk about how you're taking it there. Your mindset is one of absolute determination and focus. You have multiple successful companies, an extremely loyal, obsessed audience, of which we count ourselves among that circle. And people are trying to get inside your head, and people are trying to get inside your strategy. And one of the questions we want to know is, well, is it starting from up here, or is it starting from what you're doing from an action-taking point of view?
Man, that's a great question. Where does it take place? I mean, I think it changed. You know, like when I was 25, it was like action. It was just like, I was trying to fix my life. I was trying to repair the damage I had done in my own life and with my reputation and my sense of self. But also, dude, I was scared to stop. I mean, boredom has always been a big deal for me. Like, if I'm bored, I'm in trouble. If I slow down, I'm in trouble. If I have too much time off, I get in trouble. Every time in my life I've ever had a problem, it was because boredom preceded it, okay? It's like fights, drugs, the wrong women.
Sex, lies.
Chocolate. Sex, lies, even chocolate. When I'm bored, chocolate.
We're talking about sex, money, lies,
Right?
and chocolate.
And I think that I think we live in a society now around the world, and I've been lucky enough to visit both Australia and New Zealand and all over the world. And dude, boredom is not good for anybody. It's just not good. Nothing's produced with boredom. I mean, look, Prince died this weekend. I guarantee you boredom had something to do with those drugs he was banging on, you know?
Yes.
And the artists, and I know a lot of your audience is artists and entrepreneurs, they're creative. I think that I'm actually an artist. I'm an artist trapped in the body of a businessman.
I love that.
Okay.
That is a cool reveal. That's an awesome reveal.
Yeah.
It's so cool. It's so cool. And I know we really resonate with that. We actually say that all the time to each other. But I want to know, our audience, Australia, New Zealand predominantly, some of them don't know you. You know, that may hurt, but they don't know you.
They've heard us.
We've been like over the last few weeks, like great, so they kind of know you now. Tell them, like, why do they need to know you? What makes you stand out? What makes you different? Sell yourself.
We'd love you to sell yourself.
Dude, you need to know me, because I'll just tell you right now, your life depends. Your life, your finances, your family, I'm not talking about your immediate family, I'm talking about mom, dad, uncle, cousins, anybody you love, they need my information. And I am probably the only person, I don't know anybody remotely in the neighborhood of speaking about what I'm talking about. Really what I'm talking about every day is not business. I'm talking about, look, you need a lot of money. Nobody's talking about this. I mean, I got a couple of contemporaries that compete at a level that I'm playing at. Their message is different. It is about success in some manner, shape, or form. Some of it's about motivation. But what I'm telling people is like, you don't have a choice anymore. You need money, and you need lots of money. $1 million is the new middle class planetarily. Okay, not just in America, Australia, New Zealand. You need a lot of money, man. You guys are getting inflated on down there.
Yeah.
Cost of land in New Zealand and Australia has gone out of the freaking roof.
Yeah.
Right? Grocery stores are expensive to visit. Things are scarce. Things that you depend on every day are becoming more and more scarce and more expensive. So people need freaking banking. I'm the only guy telling people, you need to get rich now. So you got a choice. Get rich or be a bitch.
Love it.
Okay, you want to cry. I don't mean bitch like lady bitch.
Yeah, no, we go.
I'm talking about being a whiner, a wanker, a baby crier.
Right,
You're bitching all the time. You're bitching. You're blah, blah, blah. That's the choices. You have two choices today. It is either suffer with the mass number of people on this planet, or get your financial game in such a sick, beautiful position that it can't be disrupted. And that's my goal. My goal in my life today is to get my financial situation in an indestructible position. And people have done that, so I know I can.
So that actually leads straight into what I wanted to ask you about, what drives you to create the level of wealth? Because obviously you're talking about millionaire is the new middle class. So the level of wealth you're going for is clearly well beyond that already. So what is it from within that drives you to go that high?
Because I think enough of myself to get what I know is survival. So my definition's correct. And most people's definition just simply is not correct. Most people go to work to make, there's even sayings, I'm going to go to work. Well, I was 25 years old. I'm like, I'm not going to work. I'm going to work to prosper. The only reason I showed up this morning was to prosper. I want to prosper with my family, with love, not just money, okay? I just need money. Money's the thing I need every time I turn around, left, right, look this way.
Yeah.
I look at your little stands. I'm like, oh, those are going to cost money. I need some money. I didn't have them in my budget.
They're really good
right?
stands.
Now I got these new hats, man. I'm like, I got to go make some of these. I need money. Like when I go to the store and I say, hey, I need freaking this thing, they're gonna be like, dude, it costs this much money. I'm like, that's kind of ridiculous. Then I need some skills to go get money from other people because there's no reason to make these if I can't sell these.
Yeah.
So I think what's driving me is I understand actually what it takes. I was brought up poor middle class. I don't know what that means in your country, but I think it means the same thing.
Same.
And we never had enough. We never had enough to feel freedom. We had just enough to be grateful that we weren't starving somewhere in Pakistan, but not enough to not worry all the time. So every time we went to the store, I watched my mom worry. And I grew up with that from the age of 10 years old until I was probably 51 years old when we went through that big recession here in the United States. I suffered for 40 years of never having enough. And now I want to create enough for myself and my family to take care of us in the proper fashion, as you would say over there.
Yeah, that's right.
Style.
That's right, in fine style. So I'm curious, can anyone do it? There are a lot of people out there right now going, I want to become a millionaire, I want to be successful, I want to be this freedom lifestyle. Can anyone do it? Like, is it born, is it bred, like, is it learnt? Like, what do you think?
I think it's definitely learned. I don't think it's it. I think it's learned. First of all, I think it's innate in all of us to have freedom. The fact that you live on a planet that needs money, we're an economic planet. So the fact that you wake up one day and it's like, you're 6 years old and you're like, Mama, I want some money. Mama, give me. My kids came to me today. Hey, we're going to the dollar store. Can I have some money? Yeah, they already know it. 4 and 5 years old. So, do I think anybody can be a multimillionaire? Or no. No, I don't think anybody can do it. The reason they can't do it is because of misinformation, though. Anybody with the right information can do it. Okay?
Is it information or is it work ethic as well?
Well, I think it's information, because if you understood the plight of the situation, if you actually had the proper information, you'd be motivated to go do it. So you would understand, hey man, it'd be like being hungry. Like you're hungry in the morning, what? You find food, don't you?
Right.
Yeah.
It's not some people find food.
So then it's almost like if you want it badly enough. So do you feel that some people are born with that inside of them where they're just like going to dominate?
Do you want it badly enough to leave wherever you are? to leave your family, to leave your mommy, to leave the safety, to leave your village, to leave, because I know some of you are thinking, well, no, there's some guy in Afghanistan today or in Pakistan that can't leave. Yeah, he can leave. He can leave, dude. When he gets freaking under the threat, big enough, bad enough, Jungle Book Boy left.
Right.
Did you see the Jungle Book?
Yeah.
He left. He left. He didn't want to leave. He's like, I want to stay in the jungle, man. Because he didn't want to go be with the people. But look, when the threat is big enough, okay, you will leave. And for thousands of years, I think we've just been told, don't leave. Back even to the time when we were told land, the planet's flat, and if you leave, the myth was, if you leave, you're going to fall off.
Right. So if you leave, you're not safe.
Yeah, but today you need to leave.
Yeah.
You guys needed to come to Miami to have this experience. Now you have this experience worth more than the money you spent to get it.
Totally.
Right?
Absolutely.
Because nobody can ever take that. Nobody can take experience away from it.
So would you say that need to leave and like that pressure basically, would you say that outweighs lack of information? Which one's more important?
I think people, look, knowledge is power, right?
Right. Education.
So the problem is, if that's true and you're trapped, then you have the wrong knowledge. It's not a lack of motivation. It's not that you don't have the energy. It's not that you do. You got the wrong data. You are imprisoned by your mind. So you're like, I'm good making 60 grand. I'm fine. I got my little girl going to school over here. The lies people tell themselves are freaking cray, okay? So watch. I got my little 5-year-old going to school and she's got her friends. Dude, we're talking freedom. We're not talking about your kid's friends at school and she's going to cry about them one day, right? She's going to cry about them, what, 2 days, 3 days? I don't care if she cries for 3 months.
Yeah.
So people have the wrong data, man. You guys are thinking it's a choice. It's not a choice. Money is not a choice, and lots of money is not a choice. And by the way, there's plenty of it. So you could have, I could give you $1 billion today. I can't personally give you $1 billion.
Oh, go on.
I could give you $1 billion. I could give you $1 billion. Okay, look at that haircut. I just want to touch it. And I've been wanting to do that to my head. And I could get $10 billion, and nobody would even write like $12 billion was redistributed in the global system today. Nobody would even know an event took place. Yeah. So there's plenty of money. So I would say it's knowledge. People need to They need a brainwashing. People need to be brainwashed. They need their brain scrubbed.
They need the brain scrubbed. Well, that's why they had shaved.
Yeah.
That's why let's got rid of some of it.
Step at a time. She's moving into it.
I love it. So Grant, so much of our audience, they're really focused on building personal brands and the concept of, if I truly step into my power and be me and, share my knowledge and experience with the world, then that will massively pay off. And getting into that space where it is just an extension of you, I want to hear about your work-life balance. Like, do you ever switch off? Do you ever stop?
Well, we've seen him in the spa or the jacuzzi.
I know the answer.
I did. I Snapchat a shower this morning.
Regan takes their laptop in the shower.
So the question is what? The life balance?
Yeah, work-life balance. Like, is it a thing? I mean, there's a lot of people where it's like, no, you just have to hustle, or it's just you and it never stops.
Well, first of all, I think the hustle is being overplayed right now.
Right.
I think the whole hustle, I don't even know what that actually means.
Or what does it mean to you?
Well, I don't know. When I hear it, I'm like, okay, well, what am I, a squirrel running around a tree? round and round. Dude, I want to monetize. I don't want to hustle. Okay, it goes back to that, go to work. I don't want to go to work.
So what's the meaning behind this?
It means to keep your hustle young.
Okay, cool.
It means to keep the hustle young, keep it fresh. Okay, but notice what it says on the back. What's it say on the back?
10x, I think.
No, turn around.
We can't see it.
It says, "Who's got my money?"
Okay. So it's intentional hustle.
Dude, what am I going for? I don't want to just run around. You got people running around freaking wearing themselves.
Yeah.
Dude, what do I want? And you also have people telling you can't monetize. It's not true. If you have something valuable, I do not need to be in the marketplace for 5 years to monetize. I don't need to be there for 3 years. I don't need to pay the price every day and not say, hey, give me the money. Give me some money. In fact, if you have something valuable, like we do these for free. If you go to grantcardone.com/sticker, they're a free sticker. You get one sticker for free. I'll give you one for free.
I got the obsessed one.
And then what we do is we create a whole bunch of other ones and people can buy them. You can or you can't. I don't care, dude. Yeah. I could send them to everybody, but I'm like, you pay the shipping, I'll give it to you for free. Now I had a guy from the UK say, shipping on that thing is $40. I'm like, dude, then leave it in the freaking box, dude. Don't get it. But there's enough people. You need to monetize. So I would say hustle, connect these two things together. I need money. I need money for my business to grow. I need money for my family. I need money to eat. I need money to run a studio, right? Okay, now I got this hustle thing. I'm going out to get money. That my life balance is this. I wake up in the morning, I do my life. Work, career, I'd like to be famous, I'd like to be rich, I'd like to buy a couple cars that I don't need, I'd like to get a new plane, I want my kids to go to the best schools, I want to take them out of school when I want to and tell the schools, hey, I'm taking them out, flunk them if you need to, dude, we're going around the world, whatever, right? So I want that kind of freedom, and I'm willing to do whatever it takes. So my hustle is very driven to a point.
Purpose driven.
And if that means I blow Saturdays and Sundays and Friday nights and I'm not getting drunk, I mean, I don't use drugs. I rarely drink more than a couple glasses of wine. Yeah, I just don't waste a lot of energy. And when I'm going to use it, I'm going to use it with the goal of monetizing some future idea I have in my head.
Awesome. We have a ton of people in our audience who are at a point where they feel absolutely certain that they're going to blow up, and they're so freaking committed to that, and they're putting the work in. And they're also not there though, obviously. And you've spoken several times about having two critical points in your life where things expanded. In your 20s and then again in your 40s. Just love to hear a little bit more about that, in particularly the more recent time where you're already playing at a level, and then you talk about I had some shifts and things basically blew up.
Well, when I was 20, when I was in my, I mean, I've had a lot of these big transitions in my life, The one I talked about that you're thinking of is when I was 25, and it was just, I had to. I mean, if I didn't have this shift, I wouldn't be here today. I'd have died before my 25th birthday. So I had to have the shift. It was not a choice. I had to have this shift. And, I'm glad I did. Now that shift was not as difficult as when I'm 45 years old and I got 3 businesses, I got a bank account, I got a couple bank accounts, I got money, I got cars, I got stuff paid for. Dude, that shift was really a lot harder.
That's interesting.
Because I had money, because you get soft, okay? You get soft. You're like, I got the belt.
Right.
And now it's like, what's the new reason? So I wasn't flying private. And it wasn't about flying private, really. But I wasn't a best-selling author yet. I hadn't written any books. I don't know. I think you just got to find a new.
So you got hungry. You thought bigger.
Yeah. Well, what happened was, really, it happened when I was 51. The economy busted.
Right.
And when the economy busted, I realized it shattered this illusion that I had that I was all right.
Interesting.
Because really, what I was just upper middle class.
Right.
And I was still scared. Like, if you've ever known somebody that they died and they had $1 million, and when they went and found out he had $1 million, everybody's like, nobody ever knew he had any money. Because he never acted like he had any. Because he wasn't rich. He had a bunch of money, but he wasn't rich. He wasn't free to do whatever he wanted to do. So he was a miser his whole life. That's another just form of being trapped. So when I was 51, it was just like, okay, I have to blow up now because I'm not protected.
Okay.
And I think that we live in a time globally, particularly a global economic time, where things are so like precarious and dangerous, actually very dangerous economically for the whole planet, that people are in much more trouble every day than they think. I operate best when I'm under a threat, probably like the Jungle Book boy. What was his name? Mowgli, yeah. I dig the panther and the tiger and the freaking the elephants, and like, dude, I'm on my toes, right? So I think people should really wake up to like, why are you just getting by, man? Why when you go to the grocery store, when you pick up a package and you're like $30 and you got to put it back? Nobody on this planet should have to do that. If you were born poor, that's one thing. If you stay poor,
it's your fault.
It's totally your fault.
Poor in money, poor in love, poor in friends, the right friends, poor in social status on all the mechanisms and mediums, and that you guys know so much about.
It's awesome. So if someone's listening in right now and they're like, I totally get it, oh my God, I need to be playing at a bigger game, and they get that it's going to start internally with their mindset, right? Where do they start? What do they do? Like, what would you recommend someone does to accelerate their money mindset?
Dude, start investing in yourself, So you gotta, before you're gonna have net worth, you gotta have some self-worth, And so where I started was I just started investing in me. I was broke at 25. I owed money to the government, And you have governments, don't where you guys?
Pretend ones.
Yeah. And I had gone to school and borrowed money, and the last thing I wanted to do was take out more debt. And I was like, okay, I need to borrow some money. I was broke, dude. So I kept saying, I'm broke. And my uncle said, hey, bro, you never broke. As long as you can take action, as long as you believe in yourself, okay? Broke is one thing. Financially, you can be broke, but quit telling the whole world that you're broke in every way, because I wasn't. My determination was there. I wanted to do well. He's like, if you got dreams, man, you got dreams, you got commitment, you got action, you're not broke. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna borrow that money. I borrowed $3,000 from my mom. I bought a program, a $3,000 program. It was a set of videos, and I watched those videos. I think because I spent that freaking money.
Yeah.
I'm like, I got to pay for these videos. I got to pay my mama. So I just watched those, and ever since then, I was 25, and my net worth has improved substantially when I, invest in my self-worth, and that is. I still invest in myself today. It's not $3,000 now; it's $300,000.
Yeah.
So what do you invest in? What's your current learning and your development for yourself?
Man, if I can grab something that develops me spiritually as a spiritual, like if I can operate like an immortal, like I'm immortal, then I'm dangerous. And if you can't kill me, I'm dangerous. If you can't hurt me, if you can't do anything to me, like if I can get my spiritual condition in that kind of shape. See, different than I was telling somebody yesterday, I'm like, different than the agnostic or the atheist. The atheist doesn't believe, he believes there's no God. He believes, he don't know for sure. He believes. And the Christian believes there is a God.
Yeah.
We see, I know. Dude, when you know, you're dangerous.
So your elevation is on the inside.
Dude, totally. Like what do I need to help, man? What do I need? It's not enough to say, oh, people are starving of water and food, and oh my God, you went and bought a Rolls Royce, and you should be helping people. You don't know if I'm helping people or not, man.
Yeah.
How you know I'm not helping people, by the way? By the way, me buying that freaking car helps some people.
Yeah.
Okay?
Sorry.
And not to mention I'm doing some other stuff, so quit thinking so little when you see a guy flying private and you're like, he should take that money. You don't know what he's doing. The people that are flying private are helping people.
Yeah.
So quit being a hater. Quit being a hater. You guys got haters down there?
Yeah, we got some haters.
You need them. You need lots of haters.
We're fine with it. We welcome them and
we embrace them. Sometimes they end up being our biggest fans after a couple of weeks. How do you deal with that? Like maybe not so much now, but like in the past.
Oh no, I got more haters now than we've ever had.
Yeah, but I think you can handle them a little bit better now.
Well, yeah, certainly. So I had a guy tell me I was in Vegas. I was flying out of Vegas, and he told me my plane was ugly.
Headplane.
And this guy probably makes $25 million a year.
Yeah.
And I was at the casino. He's like, that Gulfstream you bought that's really an ugly plane. See, that's a hate, dude. Hate comes from all levels, man.
Yeah.
It comes from all levels. It's envy. It's total envy, right? Yeah. So I'm like, that's really interesting. You say that, man. That's interesting. Nobody's ever said my plane was ugly. Oh, by the way. Mostly because it can't be seen at 44,000 feet,
Yeah.
So whatever, dude. I mean, I understand the hater. The hater is basically saying more about themselves than they are about me.
Right.
So it's like almost like don't even respond, dude. It's just dumb.
So you just completely
And by the way,
unattached.
this guy's a friend of mine.
Oh.
So it's a friend
Hate a friend.
that just kind of fell off for a second. I mean, it's not permanent. He's not a bad guy.
Yeah.
He just had a stupid moment. He slipped, and so I think anybody has that moment where.
And now he's on live stream on like 10 phones.
Yeah. He's also the same guy that said to me, he's like, I had to block you on Facebook because you post too much. I'm like, dude, Facebook ain't for you, bro. It's for the people. It's for the people that want this every day. It's not for everybody, including some of my best friends.
We did say we were going to talk about lies. What do you think is the biggest lie that people are telling themselves when it comes to wealth and growth?
Dude, there's so many. It's the list. We ought to just do a list. I don't have time.
Okay.
I don't have time. Money won't make me happy. I need friends. You don't need the same friends. People should not have the same friends. If you got the same friends you've had your whole life, you're not even a friend of yourself anymore. You guys need new friends. Everybody needs new friends. So I would tell you the lies are so unbelievable. I just want to be happy.
Yeah.
What I don't even know what that means. I mean, do you see a sticker that says "I just want to be happy"? There ain't no sticker. That means it's not true. So, I hate sales. I'm not a salesman. Those are all lies, okay? I
Yeah.
can't, not everybody can be rich. That's a lie. Everybody can be rich.
Yeah.
Okay, in fact, everybody should be rich. The fact that some people gave up on it has nothing to do with you.
So it's almost like a responsibility, wealth creation.
I think it is.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
it totally is a duty. I think
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
success is
I
my
agree.
duty.
Okay.
Success is my duty.
When we
It's my
prepare,
duty.
yeah.
It's not
Yeah.
a choice. And if you
Yeah.
keep playing like this is a choice, you know, or how about this one? It takes money to make money. Do y'all have that one down there?
Yeah, we have
It
that.
does not. It's not even true. Like if you look up the numbers, I think 82% of all millionaires made this year on planet Earth are first generational. They didn't
Yeah.
come from money. That means they
created it.
didn't have any money. They
Money out of nothing. They
Yeah,
created
exactly.
it.
Out of
Well,
nothing.
money from up here.
Out of nothing.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just got an idea.
Okay, good. You can tell us?
No, I mean an idea. It's like,
I was like, what is this?
it's just an idea. All of this just started out as an idea. I'll tell you, this
Yeah.
studio,
Oh, okay, yeah.
the studio, I came out of an interview with Fox TV one day, and I was pitching this book, Sell or Be Sold, and I was on Neil Cavuto's show, and I'm like, hey man, this book will help. And he's like, what a shameless plug. Will you hear Robert when I do this? What a shameless plug, Grant. That is a shameless plug. I'm like, dude, the only reason I came on here was to plug the book.
Yeah.
Okay. Came back here, told Sherry, I said, let's have our own studio. That'll never happen to me again. So I can talk about my books, my hats, my stickers, my stuff, whatever I want to talk about without anybody censoring me or making me
Yeah.
wrong. So there's one guy that comes back and is upset about it. There's another person that says, hey, I got an idea. That was an idea. He gave me an idea, right?
Yeah.
Totally.
Powerful.
Totally.
Creative mindset.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Let's chat on environment, because I'm really curious. I think, a lot of people are around potentially negative or toxic people, or they may be in an okay environment and they might consider themselves maybe quite successful in that environment, but is that suitable for their growth? Do they need to be pushing through? So how do you think someone changes their environment? Have you had to work on your environment?
Yeah,
like, what's the go there?
Sure. I think people, I don't think people should worry about getting rid of people. I think you need to figure out how to add people.
Nice.
And if you just keep adding people, you're going to find time with those negative people, maybe your mom or your dad or your brother or whoever. Dude, he's not coming with you. Just because they're blood doesn't mean they're going to go
Right. Totally.
up, right?
Yeah.
Okay? So you're moving up and they're not. Well, you shouldn't have to tell them, I don't like you. I shouldn't have to handle them. So when my brother, or not my brother, but when that person calls and says, hey, can we hang out this weekend? Dude, I'd love to, but man, I'm going to St. Bart's with Richard Branson this weekend.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, we're coming to Miami to see you.
Yeah. So you see, I shouldn't have to handle him. I should be going some other place. And I think people should change their environment. You should improve your environment. It was the reference I made earlier to, you should not have the same friends your whole life. I'm getting ready to have my 40th high school graduation.
I love it.
And somebody told my sister, they're like, is he going to come? And she's like, oh yeah, I'm sure he wants to. And she's thinking the whole time, he ain't coming.
To a helicopter drop.
And I'm not going. And I'll tell you right now, I'm not going because I don't want to talk about what happened 40 years ago, dude. I want to talk about what am I going to leave. I don't care about Miss Gardner that taught me typewriting 40 years ago. I love Miss Gardner. I don't think she was hot, man. She was hot. She was hot in typing. I remember typing like, oh, I want to type on that.
Yeah, there you go. We're coming soon.
I'm going to hit that.
The sex is coming in.
I'm going to hit that. I'm going to hit that. Oh, I'm going to hit that. Oh, she needs a good hitting.
They're commenting right now on the live stream.
She's like, you remember.
But dude, that was 40 years ago. I don't want to be with her today.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean,
So how do people
that ain't
change
no
their
good
environment?
anymore.
If you're saying add people, like
That
how
thing's
do
outta
they
ink.
add people?
That thing's out of ink now.
He's off on a whole nother
He's still at the typewriter.
Bring him back.
How do you add people? If they're like, yeah, all right, I'll add people to my environment. How do they do that?
Oh, dude, you guys got to reach up. You got to reach up. You got to go meet new people. You got to make new. I'm gonna go hang out with Steve Harvey Wednesday. You got to reach up.
Yeah.
Reach up and figure out, hey, how do I hang out? Who do I want in my environment? Who's on my target list? You guys got bucket lists? Man, you need a people list.
He's a live example.
There you go.
Right.
So you guys made it happen, right?
Yeah.
So who do I want to be part of my network? I'll never forget you guys coming in here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You guys hanging
And
out
the
in
hat.
Miami.
With the hat.
We come back to Miami. with more hearts.
Yes.
The glitter heart.
So good.
Let's kill this on Facebook. You guys are awesome. You guys got any questions on Facebook from our friends right here?
Yeah, let's do some questions.
Yeah.
No, go ahead, because it could take a second for them to get to that.
Okay, so what's the next big thing then? Like you're talking about people elevating up and reaching up. What are you reaching up towards right now? What can you share with us?
Well, I would like to. I mean, a lot of things. You know, I got a book that's coming out in October.
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait to not have to worry about the finishing touches on that book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then when a book finishes for me, when it finishes for the publisher and when it finishes for me are two different things. So, so like the book keeps cooking to me, and then I'll have a bunch of other products come out of that book. Mm-hmm. And so I'm kind of just collecting gunpowder right now, powder, cash.
Amped up.
So I can go in there and just like take advantage of the situation.
Yeah.
What else is going on? We I'm trying to sell a TV show right now.
Mm-hmm.
I want to be on the side of buses.
Awesome.
That is really cool.
And look, if you look at me, I mean, the one thing that's different about me as a lot of guys in this space, I have so many products.
Yeah, I love your products.
Yeah.
And I love the fact that you're out there with the physical products as well, representing.
Yeah, dude, we got $1 products, $5 products, $10 products, $10,000 products, $100,000 products. We sold a $800,000 contract last week. So to create that much product depth, like you better know your game. Okay?
This is definitely a good question for our audience right now. Where's the best place for them to start? If they want to come in, they should get a book. They should check out Cardone University.
Yeah. I mean, what do you need help with? I don't know whether it's calling people. If you're an artist, I mean, you got to know how to make calls. I mean, I got a friend of mine going into Nashville right now. Her graduating class had to read Sell or Be Sold. She's an artist. She's going to Nashville. She got what she needed out of this one chapter in this book to go write music in Nashville. So what do people need? I mean, it just depends on what you need. I mean, there's so much content I have that.
So go check it out.
GrantCardone.com, CardoneU.com. I mean, Twitter, Snapchat.
Get the live streams happening.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of free content. 80% of what I do is free.
Right, I was about to ask about that because I really want to honor that because there is so much free content and it's so high quality. There's a lot of people I find out there going, oh, I can't give away my best stuff. Like, what's your mentality behind that?
Then hey guys, thanks a lot on Facebook. Appreciate you guys. Then you guys that don't want to give away your best stuff, it's because you copied somebody else's stuff.
Right.
Okay. I mean, I'm just telling you.
It's a scarcity mindset, right?
Dude, totally. Like if you're in create, okay. Now, there's a lot of people out there saying they're producing a lot of content. Just doing another video is not content. That's not content, okay? Content, video, just pushing video out is a trigger, right? You're trying to grab people's attention. You're trying to get their attention. The content should be a product that actually lays out what somebody can learn, okay? These are gimmicks. These little things are gimmicks right here. The stickers are gimmicks, okay? When you get into a book, dude, and you actually, some books are gimmicks and some books have data, content.
Yeah.
This book is a sales book. This book, 100 years from now, people will be reading this book, okay? Because it's actually specifically, my first New York Times bestseller, if you're not first, you're last, strategically, is a better book than this. I don't know if we have it. Closer Survival Guide, very strategic book on closing and negotiating. The 10X Rule was a much bigger kind of thinking book that changed people's thinking. Cardone University is 1,500 segments of content laid out in a particular way. That's content, really content rich. Doing a stream, talking about whatever we're talking about.
Giving people value.
Some are valuable, some aren't. Some are just for fun. I do them. I do probably 10 streams a week. Some of them are just shooting the shit, hanging out, smoking a cigar.
But those are the ones where people connect with you and they're going to be more likely to follow you. And I would say that's part of the reason I started following you more and more was getting really hooked on the live streams. I was already done with content and books, but the live streams, I mean, you're right there in front of me every time I'm sprinting. On the treadmill. I'm like, I'm going faster.
Yeah, and you're acknowledging
I
people.
always go straight to your page, straight to your live streams when I'm doing my sprints.
So are you creating content daily? Like, do you have a daily content strategy? Do you do it in like one hit? Like, how does that work?
That's a great question. Actually, it makes me think of something, but it makes me think of a new thing. But most of the time what we're doing is we're serving some kind of need. So, how do I answer that question, man? It's kind of a complicated question because what we do is we find out what we're missing.
Right.
So, for instance, we're running a national ad campaign. Look, all action should like open you up to something else, right? And so when you start committing to actions that are bigger than you, you're going to be like, oh my God, man, I have this void.
Yeah.
The Spanish market is a void for us. I have to fill it in with translation. Oh, the Chinese market. Okay, all of a sudden we were like, oh my God, we didn't serve any of these people, and my goal is to reach 7 billion people. So that's one thing. But there's other things that we do. We're running this national ad campaign. We're spending we'll spend probably 50 grand a week on this campaign, and then I'm like, okay, when they hit it, when they become interested, where do they go? Oh, we don't have that yet.
Right.
Okay, and then that creates another problem. So you just gotta, I'm always gluing in the gaps, and while you're gluing in the gaps, you need to monetize.
Yeah.
Don't wait. Okay, this is where it becomes content valuable for people. Don't wait to have it perfect to monetize.
Yeah.
You can monetize right now.
Absolutely.
So what's your favorite form of content? Like what's a daily must for you? Like if there's something you're going to do every day from a content or a value point of view as far as creating.
To create?
To create new content.
Well, I don't create content every day. Do I, Robert?
Yeah, you do.
I guess I do.
Why are you sleeping?
I've gotten, like I'm on this monetization kick right now because I'll see people talk about, you should monetize.
Who's saying that, by the way?
Broke people.
You should.
Broke people.
No. Well, or people that are in a position not to monetize
Right.
And they got a different game because they got a different customer. They got somebody funding them as an investor.
Right.
And the comment was, oh, just give, and sooner or later, what, dude?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, if you're giving and you're doing it in a value-based way, then people they want that next step, right?
Yeah, and it's not fair to you. It's not fair to my audience not to let them buy something from me.
Yeah,
I think it's unfair.
Exactly.
It's a
They need
disservice.
the next step.
I want to be in a relationship with. I want to buy things.
Yeah.
I don't want to not buy things. I want to give people. I don't want it for free.
Well, it's kind of selfish if you didn't offer people that next step, because then you're holding your own knowledge and information to yourself instead of impacting others with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, I think the idea is, you just give everything. You just keep giving,
Just keep
and then
giving
all of a sudden you're going to get
endlessly.
an endorsement deal
And
or something.
somehow somebody will send money to your house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most people, I think that this person is a little out of touch with people have bills to pay.
Yeah.
And I have bills to pay, and I have staff, and I have, things have to be paid for. So.
Right.
But
Absolutely.
it crosses over into something that comes up a lot in our audience, which is essentially people feeling that they have value to give and they've done the education and they have the results in their lives, but then they feel basically that they're being inappropriate, or people are going to think they're not good enough, or who are you to be saying that?
Yeah.
So this thing of like permission to stand up and essentially be like, hey, I'm good enough. And even, how we ended up here, I initially tagged you on a live stream and you said, okay, let me know when you guys are blowing up. And Regan came in and said, no, we're blowing up right now.
Yeah,
right?
That's awesome.
Right?
Sure, Grant, now. We're blowing up now.
And that was that was the first step in this, in how we've ended up here. And most people are flat out not going to do that, regardless of the level they're at. They'll be, okay, I'll leave.
Yeah. Exactly.
No, I think that goes back then to that other thing about why what's causing you to say I have to do this,
right?
And operating out of necessity. I operate out of necessity every day. Every day I'm waking up. I have to do something today. Like this drive. I've built this muscle, this drive, I started working in Pilates and I'm like, I didn't even know I had a core. They kept saying the core. I'm like, what the hell are you doing? That's my stomach, not the core. Dude. And then one day I felt it. I was like, whoa. Well, see, I have this discipline muscle that I'm like, I gotta go get something. And you can build and grow that just like you can a core or bicep or anything else. So.
Yeah. Definitely. I'm really curious, where do you think social media is heading? Like, obviously, you're all over everywhere, which is amazing. You're on all the platforms constantly. Where do you think it's going to be in, say, 10 years' time? Is there a predominant platform where you're like, this is where it's headed?
I don't think there's a predominant platform. I think that, I'm going to be most of them are going to go away. They won't even exist. Just use whatever you can while you can, man.
Right.
Just keep showing up.
Just use it, just beat it up, because it's not going to be around as long as you will. I just beat them all up. I don't know how long they're going to be around. Meerkat, gone.
Yeah.
Catch, gone. Wave, never even made it out of the box. What else didn't make it? Give me my phone, Robert. Meerkat. I said, you know.
Yeah.
Twitter. I mean, I don't even know if Twitter's going to make it.
Yeah.
You know, Snapchat. I don't know whether it's going to make it or not. 3 weeks ago, I wasn't even using Snapchat.
Yeah.
And
do you like it? Are you using it?
dude, I'm getting like every day. I'm getting like a couple 100,000 videos viewed a day. It's like ridiculous.
Yeah.
I'm talking, you know, unbelievable numbers of videos every day. I love it. I love it. I'm probably doing, I don't even know how many I'm doing every day.
So what's your discipline?
I don't know what I'm doing. Most of the time I don't know what I'm doing. Discipline?
What's you said discipline?
Yeah.
What's your
I
discipline?
don't know what I'm doing. Man.
Okay. What's like your morning routine or success routine or stuff for you that's
I
like
wake up,
this is gonna happen?
and I complain. First thing I do every morning.
Complain.
God damn it. My knees hurt this morning, man. My knees hurt. You know?
Yeah.
I gotta take a leak. I hate that.
And then after
Waste of time.
And then
you just
I'm like,
roll straight
okay,
in
okay.
here.
And then I'm like, let me go lay down again. You know, hey, I get up the same way. I'm a little lost, a little confused, a little like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
Oh my God, you know. I mean, I don't know if everybody wakes up like that. I know that's how I wake up. I don't wake up clear purpose, like, oh shit, today's the day, and I don't know, man. And then what I do is I force myself into the car. I drive to the office.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, okay, I'm here, man.
Yeah.
And then I start looking, okay, what's happening on this planet? You know, too many people going to college, coming out with nothing except debt. Too many people going to jobs they hate. You know, too many people going to jobs and being average. Too many people in relationships that freaking suck, you know? And because nobody said, dude, look, either make it great or go somewhere where you can make it great. You need to make it great because, you know, I'm not perfect, you're not perfect. Make it great because nothing else feels good.
Totally.
You know?
Totally.
Fly first class,
Yeah.
you know?
And eventually
You know,
private.
have the money where you, huh?
And eventually private.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's the next
I mean,
step.
you know, go live life the way you want to live it, man.
Yeah.
Have some money. I mean, anybody that says, some people are going to watch this and say, he talked about money too much. Well, dude, you ain't got any of that. That's the only one, because I've been there. I used to say the same thing. I don't need all that. Yeah, you don't need a first class seat until you sit, until you fly from freaking LA to Australia between two fat people. I'm talking about obese. I'm talking about laying over the seats fat, okay?
Yeah.
And you're in the middle for freaking 17 hours. Then, right about this time, you'll be like, how much money do I need to give
Yeah.
to
So
go
it's
get
how
that
badly do
freaking
you want
layup?
it?
Huh?
It just comes back to how bad do you want it.
How bad
Like,
you want
Yeah.
it? Well, you should have had that seat. You should have already gotten that seat. Everybody's done that before. Everybody's had that last minute moment at a ball game where you're like, damn, why didn't I buy the good seats?
Right.
You should. Everybody should buy the good seats. There's plenty of money. People that are not as smart as you, don't look as good as you, don't have it. Dude, they did it. And that's what inspires me. I'm like, man, they did it. Why shouldn't I have good seats?
Yeah. So you think people are majoritively driven by pain, right? Fear and pain. From what you're saying, like sitting in the seat, it's like, oh, it's so painful now. I want to get into the better seat rather than like aspiring to be in the good seat.
I think, I think, you know, I think it's how do you look at what you deserve though? Like, you know.
Which is the permission thing again. Like, am I good enough? Can I do that? Can I have that?
Yeah.
Am I allowed?
Self-worth.
And
Self-worth.
or do you have somebody around you telling you you don't need all that?
Yeah.
So who tells you that?
Wrong environment.
Yeah.
So it's
You know?
like all tying back in. Self-worth, net worth, environment.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Right.
I go to the store. Do I want the best food they have there? Do I want the organic food?
Of course.
You know, well, dude, if you
Yeah.
want the organic food, it costs money.
Yeah.
Okay? If you want the best stuff, if you want the surplus, when you open up my refrigerator, all you see is vegetables and fruits. That's all you can see in there.
Yeah.
The left side is completely filled with cut fruits, vegetables. I want my kids, my children, not for me. I want my kids to look up and see apples and oranges and kale as a good thing, not as a bad thing, right? So
Yeah.
when they see it, I want fruit to go bad. You know, I want to have enough to where it's like, oh, the bananas went bad. Let's get some more. So the point is, it's not about the money, dude. I don't want the money. I want the choices,
Right.
and everybody should have that.
Yeah.
And I do want the good vegetables,
They
right?
do definitely taste better. All right. What do you think people need to hear right now? And I know that's a very general, broad question. Depends on what their goals are. But if there's one thing that you would say that's going to light a fire in people's belly, what would that be?
That you can do more. You can do more. More is a good thing. Just enough is failure. Just enough is a failing formula. It just doesn't work, you know. And I grew up on just enough. And I grew up, I had a business that had just enough and it failed. I had a real estate business that had just enough, and then I'll tell you a great story. I'm 47, 48 years old. My real estate was with a bank that the bank busted. Okay, now who goes into business and thinks the bank I borrowed the money for is going to break?
Right.
The bank I was doing business with was just enough. And when the economy rolled over, when that bank fell, it pulled me with it. So it's like all of a sudden the ship sank, you're in it, and you get sucked under, right?
Wow.
So it put me at risk. So the point is, don't go for just enough. Not just enough fuel in your car, not just enough clothes in your bag.
Yeah.
You guys ever been there? Like, I didn't bring the right blouse. I didn't bring the right dress, right?
Yeah.
I should have bought that one extra pair of shoes
This morning.
Yeah.
So just enough is a failing formula.
Yeah, right.
More is the solution
Absolutely.
Yeah.
for every area of your life. And I'm not talking about finances now. I'm talking about how much attention do I pay my wife and my kids.
Right.
More is better than less.
Well, that's what I love about the 10X philosophy. To me, it just applies across the board.
Everywhere.
Right? To everything.
Yeah.
And just asking for what you want, but actually not going, oh, okay, I'm only going to take like exactly what I want.
Right.
And just have, just be happy, whatever that means, but actually aspire to the end of the vision.
Totally.
Awesome.
Totally. Well, totally respect your time.
Yeah.
It's been absolutely
You guys
amazing
are
being
awesome.
here.
Been amazing.
Appreciate your time.
Yeah, no, you've shared so much, and I know this honestly will just blow up back in
We're
Australia and
gonna
New
blast it out
Zealand.
all over the
Good,
place
good.
again
Yeah.
and again and
Yeah,
again. Yeah.
and it'll be amazing. So thank you so much for everything you've shared. It's been
You're
so
awesome. You're
epically
awesome.
fun.
Appreciate
Yeah.
you guys.
So
Thank
much.
you so much. Okay.
You got like a very civilized handshake. I got
There you go.
the.
There you
I
go.
can't move off the chair and just freaking skirt. It's too short.
I'm gonna wear a skirt next time.
Well,
Okay,
yeah,
we covered
part way
sex,
there.
we covered lies, we covered
Where's
chocolate.
the chocolate? Where's the
right?
chocolate?
Well, I get you some chocolate.
All right, let's do it.
I get you some chocolate. We covered
We're
it all,
still
right?
live.
Did we cover it all? We covered money.
Yeah.
We covered it
We
all.
covered money, sex, chocolate, lies, money again, and we covered take freaking
I'll
action.
give you guys a bunch
Yeah.
of these to
Big.
go back with so you can
Awesome.
kind
Epic.
of
Would
spread them
love
around
that.
the
Be
beach.
great.
Thank you again, and it was an absolute honor to be here in the studio as well,
Yeah,
and to
so
actually
cool.
see what you do behind
Yeah.
the scenes a little bit, and just thank you so much for your time
Awesome.
and your
Thank you
attention.
guys. Thank you.
Legend.
Thank you
All
so
right,
much.
awesome.